Oh,
Don't
that feels
process.
better. I've been holding it all day.
Nice.
The stream, I mean.
Yeah. Nicely done. All right.
Excellent.
We are live, so let's get this puppy on the road. Puppy?
Hello, viewing world.
Hi, world.
Hello, world. Welcome
Margaret.
to the Lovecraft Tapes. I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu, a horror role-playing game based upon the fictional works of H.P. Lovecraft. Your investigators of the unknown are Matt as Private Detective Dan Williams.
This way to Uncle Touchy's Naked Fun Time Puzzle Basement. Well, all right.
Brian as Dr. Hubert Pretorius Loveland.
Come on down in the basement. It's great.
And Gabe as Special Agent Roy Arroyo.
It's been far too long since I heard the word rectum.
Did you just say fart?
If you take out the spaces, yeah.
Welcome, players. Let's begin by checking the mailbag for any letters from beyond.
It's a sack.
There's none.
Scrabble, I don't know what. On iTunes, we do have a couple new reviews. Entitled, Exactly What I Want from a Podcast by Vox Clementia. And this person says, I listened to a couple actual play podcasts, but this is the only one I've found that specializes in Lovecraftian RPG elements. So needless to say, I'm very excited. Thanks, y'all.
Y'all welcome. Now you here? Oh, wait. Come back. Thank you.
I'm sorry that you have dementia.
Could be worse. It could be Vox Chlamydia, and we'd really be in trouble. Although I hear John Oliver has a place for that now, so...
Chlamydia and the voices.
I heard that as well.
I like Wells.
And we do have another one entitled, Come for the Taco Fish, Stay for the Screen Doors by Can. And this person says, seriously, one of the best Call of Cthulhu real plays out there. Great balance of storytelling, roleplay, mechanic stuff like rolling and skill checks, and general goofiness. The story keeps me engaged and curious, and the players keep me laughing and coming back for more. I also enjoy the recommendo section at the end. It's great to hear what the group has been enjoying lately, and is a great way to find things I might also enjoy.
I think we're engaged. I don't know for sure, but holy shit. That was to me, guys. You back off.
On Twitter, @RogiusRogue says, I am definitely taking those mushroom zombies and putting them in my D&D campaign.
Audio podcast, guys.
Oh.
So Rogius Rogue, they really enjoyed that comment, so
Nice.
I'll speak for them.
D&D.
Announcements, we got them. Do you like what you hear? Then put your money where your mouth hole is. And support us at patreon.com/Lovecraft Tapes, and we'll reward you with rewards that are rewarding.
Yes.
Again, that's patreon.com/Lovecraft Tapes. Do you wear clothes?
No.
Then why not wear clothes with our Lovecraftian designs on them? Buy our stuff at teespring.com/stores/Lovecraft Tapes, including #TacoFish shirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, and more. Again, that's teespring.com/stores/Lovecraft Tapes. And yes, you can certainly wear stickers.
Alternatively, come to the Roy Arroyo website and buy those exact same shirts for just $1 more.
Nice.
$1, Bob.
And as always, you can find these links and more anytime at thelovecrafttapes.com.
Yay.
Yeah. And while you're there, you can look up the time, because does anybody know what time it is? It's time to pay the bills. Let's take a quick commercial break.
Skills to pay the bills.
And we're back.
And I'm front.
I'm the left.
And I'm Gabe.
I need to check the left with the doctor. It's swollen.
Ooh. It's not good.
All right.
I'm afraid that's going to have to come off.
Yeah, every night. Oh, what?
It's a little creep show reference there. Now, dear investigators, we continue.
It's a Dear Investigator's letter.
Chapter 6, The Big Uneasy.
It was uneasy.
Previously on the Lovecraft Tapes. Hubert and Roy discover an earthen tunnel which leads northward and downward into darkness. They decide to investigate further, following fresh tracks. Meanwhile, Dan barricades the church doors against a horde of robed undead, but discovers the threat is not contained to just the crumbling structure. In the face of overwhelming odds, he somehow overcomes his new fear of plant life and follows his compatriots. Unwittingly, Hubert kicks a rattlesnake nest and succumbs to their onslaught, while the FBI agent flees back towards the cemetery, leaving the good doctor for dead. Roy runs into Dan in the subterranean tunnel just as shots ring out to the north. They reluctantly choose the unknown threat ahead over the known threat of a zombie swarm from behind, discovering an idyllic farm on the other end of the underground passage. Hubert, not quite dead yet, awakens to the horror of hermaphroditic rape. Dan and Roy. As you approach the farmhouse, and let me change the map here before we get rolling.
Map. It didn't work.
Green
Map on.
Acres is the place to be.
Babe, your beautiful voice.
As you approach the farmhouse, you can tell it's a bit run down. Sun bleached out here in the middle of nowhere. The screen door has holes in it, and most of the wood has warped. Shabby drapes block out the light. You realize the music is coming from inside, and it sounds like an old record player that skips ever so slightly now and again. There is no sign of life anywhere. And to the west of the farmhouse, there's a smaller building that leans to one side like a three-legged dog, its windows cracked and foggy with age. Carved into the cracked wooden door is the symbol of a crescent moon. As you get closer, you detect a rank odor akin to overcooked fish mixed with incense. And lastly, to the east. Once upon a time, this cliff face jutted from the surrounding swamp like an albino pylon, seemingly raised from the underworld. But then someone or something blasted a cavernous opening into the rock. Now, a wide tunnel mouth leads deep into mystery, lit by flickering torches every 10 yards or so. There is a cool, wet scent wafting from within that makes you shiver in anticipation or fear.
Wafting.
So we'll place you guys about 30 yards from the main farmhouse, and those are the things that you notice and see.
Hey Dan,
Yes, Roy.
I love you.
they got a screen door.
Yeah, looks like it has some holes in it.
I mean that's mistreatment, and I'm not okay with it.
Roy, we're gonna have to ask you to roll for sanity.
I need to rescue that screen door, Dan.
You don't need to rescue the screen door, Roy.
They're abusing it.
It's a screen door. It doesn't have a soul.
Oh, you wouldn't be saying that if it was a human, hypocrite.
Because humans aren't screen doors, Roy.
Yeah, they're worse.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that point. You got me there.
See, I win. We have to rescue the screen door.
Don't you think that they might be inside the house and that going right up to it would probably be a bad idea?
We don't know who they are, so
Or what they are.
they could be friends.
Or where they are.
No one ever asks how they are.
They could be friends, Dan. They have a screen door after all, even if they do abuse it.
Yeah. I mean, they technically did save the doctor from those two rattlesnakes, so
Yeah.
I'm still not comfortable with it.
Well, then what do you suggest, Mr. Big Shot, who hates screen doors because you're a bad person?
I don't hate screen doors. I hate bad plans.
I don't see you coming up with good plans.
Well, first thing I'm seeing is that tunnel over there. That looks like someplace that they would take someone. Like that's just has suspicious written all over it.
So we avoid it.
Literally, there's a giant wooden sign above the tunnel that says suspicious.
Well, that's not all over it. That's just a little bit above it.
It says suspicious all over it on the sign above the tunnel. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll avoid that because that's suspicious.
All over it.
I mean, we could try and get closer, see if we can't like figure out if there's anyone in that house. I mean, we
All right,
also
we'll
have that building over off to the side there, and who knows what's in there.
All right, we'll take 4 steps forward and reassess.
So of the 30 yards, you take 4 steps closer. And there are a couple of things that you do notice, and that is there is a bit of a breeze that appears to be going through the cavern. So you can see the torchlight is actually sort of flickering a bit, even though out here in the field there isn't much of a breeze at all. The farmhouse, the front screen door, this screen door is actually in much poorer shape than originally you could see from 4 steps ago. And it has many holes within the screens, but the frame is also severely warped as well. So, and the fish smell from the outbuilding intensifies slightly as you get closer. And why don't you go ahead and give me a spot hidden, each of you?
Good job, Matt.
I needed a 68 and I rolled a 51. That is a success for me.
Was not sarcastic. I needed a 70 and I got a 15. That was a hard success.
Nice.
Get those bad rolls out of the way now.
All right, so Roy, assuming that you have seen the photo that Dan took of the tattoo.
Hey, Dan, show me that photo of the tattoo.
I think he did, right? Because you guys.
Yeah, no, I
inspected
showed it to both of them way back when we were at the house.
Yep.
That was way back when we were at the house.
Yeah, at the house.
Hey, Roy, here's a photo of the tattoo for a memory refresher, just in case.
Yeah, I was high in trance, so I don't remember things. Cool, I've seen it.
The crescent moon that is carved into the cracked wooden door of the outbuilding is exactly the same as what appears in the tattoo. It's the same angle, the same waning proportion.
That's
The
interesting.
closer we get to this house, the less and less I like it. And here I
That's
was
just
thinking
a-
of checking to see if it was on Airbnb.
That's just because you're a wuss. I mean, come on. You got to know that by now.
Okay, look, we need some sort of plan here. We need to figure out who these people are, what they want, and where they took Dr. Loveland, because
Look,
who
I
knows
think
what-
you know
what's up
that
with that.
the rotating cast of third members to this crew is always the plan guy.
Yeah, you have a point there.
So we're at a disadvantage right now.
hmm Tell you what, why don't we get up behind that big tree up there and
And knock it down onto the house.
yes, that's what I was thinking.
That would scare them outside, and we could hide and blame it on lightning.
Or Molotov cocktails through the windows.
Can you
That
guys
would
shoot
not
the
be hard at all.
of this?
Or how about this, Roy? We turn around and go home and just call it a loss.
I mean, I was thinking about that because Hubert's annoying, but I need this antidote if I want to not die, which I'm not 100% sure that I want to not die yet, but I like the option.
Well, then you're in luck.
Why don't you put it up to a vote? Majority wins.
Or as Dio says, the mob rules.
I can do a jump roll if you think that would help us.
I can roll for chase. Does that help?
Are you guys playing Fortnite and you're just dancing out in the
You
front
can't
of the
jump.
house?
That's Van Halen, not Dio.
Oh,
That's true. All right, here's my plan. Let's knock on the front door.
Really? That's the big plan. You just want to knock on the.
Oh, I mean, your let's go behind the house plan was so revolutionary and so not something we did in Texas that totally worked out when we did it then.
You know what? Roy? We're going to have to do something, or we're going to be standing around here all day just talking about it. And I'm going to pull my gun out and shoot out one of the windows on the house and see what happens. Because I'm just getting really annoyed at Roy right now.
All right, go ahead and give me a roll.
I like this, Dan.
I needed a 43 and I rolled a 3.
Killed
That's an
him.
extreme success.
Fuck.
Oh my god, you take out everybody on the top floor that's on top
The
of
entire house was standing. The bulk of the weight of the house was supported by that window that you shot out.
And only the window remains just floating in space.
Fortnite.
All right, so an extreme success on the firearm. Let's do a quick review. And Dan, how many bullets do you got left?
After shooting that one, I have 5 left.
5 left. And
Roy? I still have another mag on me as well.
And that contains 8?
8. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. And Roy, how about you, buddy?
I have 7.
7 left. Okay. Got it. So here's what happens. Dan pulls out his gun and fires into a window. Is that on the upper story or lower? Or?
Just one of the first floor windows.
First floor
hoping
window.
maybe I hit
Got
something.
It. Okay. And as soon as the bullet pierces the window and there's tinkling glass, you see a bit of a thwoop through one of the drapes and a bullet hole that's got a little bit of a singe on it.
That was already there.
That was already there. You went straight through it. That's how good you are. The music immediately stops. You hear record scratch, and the music stops. And then there's like a silent beat as you guys both watch. And then a body falls out of the window and drapes over the frame.
You just killed
why don't each of you give me a spot hidden, please?
I needed a 70. I got a 5.
I needed a 68 and I rolled a 23. That's a hard
All
success.
right, so Roy immediately recognizes the individual. And this is one of the Glatmanites that chased you down on the turnpike when you first arrived. And as he drapes over out of the window, clearly dead, shot through the head, he drops a baseball bat, which you recognize. He was one of the individuals in the flatbed. Nice. And he just basically drops over dead.
Well, I'd say that went over pretty well.
I'm going to run over to his body.
As you run, close the gap between the remaining 29 yards.
Med's here.
I run out of breath at 28 yards.
I'd say about halfway. You get halfway there, and the body starts slowly going back in through the window, being dragged from the other end.
Oh, that kills what I wanted to do.
And then you hear heavy footfalls coming from within.
Hey, Dan, you should come with me.
You guys should shoot at more windows.
Okay, as long as we stay on this dirt path that is definitely not covered in any kind of grass or weed or plant life or anything.
Weed.
Yeah.
Weed.
So I'll continue running towards the house.
All
I'm
right.
going to follow behind him as close as I can without touching anything.
Okay.
icky.
And my attempt here is to like crouch next to the house so I'm not just in an open space.
Gotcha. All right, so basically what we're going to need to do here is a little bit of figuring out initiative. So I'm going to get my notepad open. And
You need a
remind me
medicine
of
roll.
your dexterity, please.
60.
50.
Dan is 60. Roy is 50. And let me check out these guys, the remaining guys.
I'm 40 if you need to know.
Yeah. UB40.
Oh, good group.
All right. All right. This guy's got a 50, so he's going to resolve with Roy.
What a loser. That's so low.
Right.
So resolved.
50. And I believe these guys are the same.
That's racist.
Okay. Boom. So, yeah, we got basically 50s all around, so we're good there. So, Dan, you're going to resolve first. And what you see is, as Dan is... I'm trying to think, like, what would be the better... So you've got your gun drawn, so I'm going to give you... You should be able to get easily the drop on these guys, I think. Or at
What
least
you're built for.
one of the guys, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Boom.
Oh,
Boom, boom,
You
boom,
see
boom.
a... basically, a shotgun pointing out towards the window towards Roy.
Ooh, well, I'm gonna aim up from where I see that barrel and fire off another round.
All right.
Yeah,
sock
don't
it to
yell
me.
anything.
Give me your firearms roll.
I needed 43. I rolled a 41. That is a success.
That's what you
And
said.
10
yeah.
points of
Beatable.
damage.
Holy
But it's
crap.
beatable.
10 points. Okay. So you hear a grunt, and you see against the drapes. So the shotgun barrel was like pointing out between the drapes at Roy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you shot through the gap in the drapes. And obviously the gun barrel goes flinging backwards, and you see a bit of a splat of red against the drapes. And you hear a thump. Roy, Dan just shot over your head, and you hear,
You're welcome.
as you're closer to the window now, you hear a muffled grunt and then an exclamation from someone else, and it's your turn.
So do I see anyone or not?
Not currently. You're crouched out next to the house, essentially, just below the window.
he has to blow the window?
He does.
Nice.
So do they all know that I'm right there?
You're not quite sure.
Okay. Can I roll a spot hidden to know if they all know that I'm right there?
If you'd like that to be your action,
That's all you could do that turn.
essentially,
Yeah,
yes.
Okay, I don't know what else I would do. So I guess maybe I'll... Well, I don't know what they are, and I only have 7 bullets, and I don't have a very good firearms rate.
Oh, got ya.
And I also just rolled an extreme. So maybe I'll just look and see if I can stealthily see where people are without dying.
Okay, go ahead and give me a spot hidden.
I needed a 70, I got a 62.
We're going to say with that level of success, you can see a shadow, a bit of a shadow on the window frame, so that you know that there are people within, 1 or maybe 2, but you don't have any kind of beat on them. They are still behind the drapes inside, and it sounds like they're moving around. Possibly 1 or more is moving away.
Okay.
And so we've got, let me see, boom, boom, there we go. So Dan, you see someone barging through the front door, which is just maybe 40 feet away from where you guys currently are. And this guy has a shotgun, and right behind him is another guy with a baseball bat. And you can see them on the, essentially it's a extended porch, sort of a wraparound interior porch. And they'll be coming through the door here any minute. So, anything you want to do besides just hang out?
Just chillax, bro.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna try and intimidate them into just kind of giving up, because why not?
Okay.
So I'm gonna, from the side where I'm at, I'm gonna holler into the house. Now, gentlemen, I do believe that you have taken one of my friends, and as you have seen here today, I have taken 2 of yours. So why don't you do the smart thing and step outside, drop whatever you're holding, and just tell me what I want to know, and I will make sure that your deaths are short and mostly painless.
All right,
Fumble.
go ahead and give me that sweet, sweet intimidate roll.
Fumble.
Mother.
Oh,
Spend the luck.
Ooh, I could too, couldn't I?
After all that work and coming up with a southern accent, you gotta spend the luck.
Fine. You know what? We're gonna spend 8 points of luck to make that thing work. I needed a 60 and I rolled a 68.
Okay. And what does that
So-
leave you at for luck?
44. I am below the 50% mark.
You have more than double mine. So
I'm at 42, so
All right.
I'm
so,
at 21.
You just barely make it, and you give them pause.
kitten paws?
But unfortunately, these guys are cultists. So you would have needed a hard success on this.
Damn.
Bruh.
That was worth a shot.
But you gave them like a little bit of pause, which gives you just enough time to reestablish the order. So it's your action now.
Nice, Matt.
Cool. So do I have a line of sight on anyone that I could...
You do. They have a bit of cover. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll a penalty dice if you want to take a shot at these guys, because they're within the porch, which has glass and a little bit of frame and stuff like that. It looks like they're intent on barging out on their turn, but right now they're inside.
I'm trying to think if... I don't think it's worth taking that shot with that penalty dice. So it's a matter of, do I want to... I'm trying to think if there's a way I can set this up to give myself a bit more of an advantage.
Don't forget you have a friend.
No, you're otherwise occupied, so I'm not worrying about
Not
it.
me, jackass.
I'm just going to... I guess I'm just going to duck around the side of the porch as much as possible,
Okay.
so that they can't... So that when they pop out of that door, they don't have like immediate line of sight on me. I want to kind of be able to swing around the corner and maybe surprise them.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and say that's fine. So you swing around the basically. So if you look at the house, the western end of the house, I'm sorry, eastern end of the house is where that window was. Yeah, exactly right. And then the larger structure on the south side is obviously the front porch, a rather large covered screen door porch, and you could say that so you can sort of scoot around the edge of it if you want and keep low.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
All right,
Just
cool.
minimize as much of my exposure as possible.
Not a problem. So you go ahead and do that. And Roy, what would you like to do?
It's still my turn. It's my turn, ain't it? And I feel pretty set up, waiting for them to come out.
Right. You could now see them as they are barging, across the screen.
Are they coming through the door right now?
They will be in a moment. On their turn, they will be coming through. And they will be, if they want to attack you, they're going to be subject to the same penalty dice roll on their turn. And then next round, it'll be open season, essentially.
Well, I guess I'll try and stay hidden a little in the bushes then, and just wait for them to come through.
Okay. Yeah, there's no bushes really on that below the window. You're essentially just right below the broken window. There's a little bit of glass there crunching underneath your feet. But
if I zoom in real close, I can see a shadow of a bush. So that means there's a...
That's your shadow.
that's your own shadow, buddy. You are
That
the
means
bush.
there's 6 more months of winter.
Damn you.
So, okay, so you're just going to hunker down, essentially?
Yeah.
All right, fine. So the lead guy with the shotgun comes barreling through the front screen door, and as he does, he does like a somersault out the front door, and takes a shot at
Trips
Dan.
and falls flat on his face.
What is he, Atomic Blonde?
Exactly. he has a hose, and he jumps out the window. So he's going to go ahead and let me find him real quick. Right. Oh, wrong guy.
I'm going out in a blaze of glory, damn it.
Shot down. And probably not, because he has a penalty dice, so this will be pretty wild. Yep, so his blast goes wide and essentially peppers the...
Wait, give him the penalty dice, see if he fumbles.
Well, that's true. He could actually
blow his own brains
that.
out.
So let's go ahead and do that.
Come on.
And D10. Boom.
Roll a 9.
So
He
that
fumbled.
would be... what is that?
149.
Yeah.
149.
Fumbles.
140.
It is 149.
So he gets for trying to tumble out of a door and look all fancy.
With a
like.
shotgun, for Christ's
With a
sake.
shotgun. Yeah, right.
Shoots
Yeah.
himself in the foot.
Hobo with a shotgun.
Jeremy's like,
I know I've had some beer here, so I'm trying to figure out what does this actually mean. So a 0 is
What does
it actually improves his so yeah, but he has to take the worst of the roll. So a 10 is actually 0.
Oh, okay.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
making
So
that up.
it actually makes it 9. He rolled a 9, which would be a success. But he has to take the worst of the rolls. So the bullet does go, or the shotgun blast goes astray.
How is 10-0? There's no 0 on a D10.
Yeah, there is. Actually, there is.
I've
do you own a
never
D10?
used a D10 with a 0 on it.
Do you have one?
Yeah.
Go get it. Take a look at it. Every D10 has a 0. Brian, you don't have one. Anyways, so the shotgun blast goes wide, basically peppering the siding, the wooden siding to the thing, and the other person behind him, and you obviously recognize all these guys from the truck. The other one goes running towards the small building. So we're at top of round. Dan.
You know what? I think I'm going to take a shot at the guy who's trying to get to that outbuilding.
All right. Roll away, baby.
How's that
I
for
didn't know
sound
we had
effects?
some.
I has a logo on it.
I
We
needed to
just always
fucking
call
I rolled a 5. That's an extreme
Holy
success.
Shit. All right. Well, he gets he's going to attempt a dodge.
Chrysler.
All right. So
He'll roll a 4.
Very Chrysler.
He's bat boy. So he's going to try a dodge here. Let's see. He doesn't have shit, so he's not going to do this one very well. But he can't fight back, so... Oop. Let me try this. Oh, hang on a second. I got to plug in something here. Sorry.
Wow.
Did you guys see that error?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I guess that's... Okay. There we go. So, but thankfully you have the better success. So you get you get the deal. So that was 6 damage. You said.
Yep, he took 6 points of damage on that.
Got it. So you plug him in the
Rectum.
Yeah, rectum. Hell, again. You got him right in the butt cheek,
Nice.
and you can see like basically his left cheek is like just shredded and dripping blood, and he limps towards the building, but you didn't take him down. However, you do have additional shots if you want to
Stab him to death.
with the penalty die rolls.
Don't waste the ammo.
Brian was so excited there for a minute.
Yeah, taking him penalty roll.
Run over and stab him to death, Matt.
Stab him with the barrel of your gun.
Pistol whip, whack.
Or are you
How
done?
far away is he from?
You could say probably, let's say 20 yards.
Oh, you
So if
missed
I
the
let him go at this
opportunity.
point, even though he's limping, would he have enough speed to make that building?
Maybe. Yeah, it probably looks like he does. But you also have the other guy with a shotgun in between you and him.
Yeah, I'm just afraid of what's inside that building. Usually when there are people out front with guns and you know, ignore them for a what looks like a crumbling outbuilding, that's the scary thing here, not the shotgun.
Mhm.
You know what? Screw
Or
it.
maybe
Just for fun,
you're
I'm going to
just
take that.
trespassing.
It's going to screw me over, but
You taking the extra roll?
I am. Baseline,
You can
that's a
do this.
9, but I do need to roll the D10 penalty die.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do this, Matt.
You got it.
Just roll a 10.
I did not. That makes it a 79, so that is not a good
Spend the
shot.
luck.
All right. So what happens is the bullet goes wild. You had him lined up perfectly, but the guy with the shotgun saw that you were aiming at his friend and stepped in quickly, and your bullet glanced off of the shotgun and went wild.
Mm-hmm.
And you could hear it go fing into the distance.
The word's pissing distance. Whoa.
How many bullets you got left there, Dan?
2 before I need to reload my second mag.
Got it. Okay. Roy, you're cowering in the bushes that don't exist.
So wait, lay out where the guy with the shotgun is in accordance to me.
So you are hugged up against the farmhouse underneath the window. Dan is about 10, 15 feet to your left in front of you. And basically you have a clear view of the guy with the shotgun now. He just came down the steps of the front porch and is essentially rounding around to fight Dan.
So he's
Please
not
shoot the guy
focused
with the
on me.
shotgun.
Not necessarily, but he has a clear. He knows you're there. You're
Okay.
not hidden.
I don't think I'm gonna make this roll, but I have to try. I'll shoot him.
Okay.
And I needed a 24. I got a 79. That's a fail.
Got it. And he's actually going to fight back.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, he might as well because Dan's round's over. So he's actually going to see if he can whip out a knife at you.
I'm gonna die.
How's that shit?
Like I said, if we're going out in a goddamn blaze of glory.
I'd rather just not go out.
You're already out.
All right. So he's going to whip a knife at you. And we'll just see where that goes.
Ha.
Yeah, that
We
was
both
a fail.
rolled
He
79.
needed a 25 and he rolled a 79, so that's a fail. So the knife actually sticks into the wood next to your head. And it is now his turn, and he is not looking happy. And he lines up the shotgun with Dan's head.
Huh?
Dan, what would you like to do in counterattack?
I'd like to
Or
point out that
dodge,
if
or
it was a
whatever.
real-time fight, I could grab the knife and kill him while he's doing this.
That'd be a maneuver.
I can't right now. It's not my turn, but
Well, actually, you know what? You could.
what's a maneuver roll?
A maneuver is essentially, it's going to be just a fight brawl, but you just basically tell the story of what you think you want to attempt.
All right, I want to do that then.
So-
And try and save Dan.
So explain it again for the listeners.
So he turned around because he's dumb and is underestimating Roy Arroyo. And his knife is sticking in the wood by my head. So I'll jump up and as I'm going, I'll grab the knife and try and stab it into his neck.
So he's too far away for that, but you could throw the
Oh.
knife.
All right, I'll throw it at him.
Just think Jack Burton in Big Trouble Little China.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll Jack Burton him.
All right. So go ahead and give me just a regular old fighting brawl attack.
This isn't going to be good, but okay. I needed 25, and I got another 79.
No,
Three in a row.
we rolled simultaneous, so it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, and before that, I needed 24, and I rolled a 79.
Nice.
He picks up the knife and throws it, and it immediately sticks back into the same spot in the wall.
Have you ever seen Kung Fu Hustle?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I pull the knife up, but I only pull the handle out and throw it at him.
I like it. So you wrench the knife from the woodwork of the farmhouse and whip it back at him, sure that you're true to aim, and it lands right between his feet, stuck into the dirt. And he sort of looks down at it, gives a shrug, and then levels at Dan.
I tried, Dan. I tried.
All right, here we go.
Roy's like, here's your knife back.
And
Don't
he
litter.
unloads a barrel. Boom!
Oh, fuck.
He needed a 25. He rolled a 9, which is a hard success.
Dodge, Matt.
And it's
I
10
only have
damage.
30 in dodge.
Yep, so you can either fight back, dodge, or some sort of maneuver, but
I don't think I'm gonna. I'd
you
have
need
to
a better
beat
success
his-
than he has.
Yeah, that's
Fight
the problem.
back. If you're gonna go down, fight back.
Might as well. I guess I'm just gonna
I would
take the shot
dodge.
just to.
So you're fighting
What?
back? Okay,
Yeah. Well, I could dodge, but I have a 30, and I'd have to get a hard success on that
got it.
to beat his, or I'd have to get a better hard success. So we'll.
You still have to get a better success.
Nope.
Wow.
I got a normal success on my shot, so he wins that, and I take 10 points of damage.
Yep, you needed a 43 and you rolled a 23, which is a success. But unfortunately, you take 10 points of shotgun blast. What does that leave you down to?
3.
And is that a major wound, sir?
Yes, it would be.
All right. So, let me
You
double
lose your
check.
face too?
Let's double check our flow chart stuff to make sure that damage and healing. Has a major wound box been taken? Yes. Box ticked.
God,
but
Roy
we're
really is a
not down to 0
cockroach,
yet,
isn't he?
so we're okay. We're okay.
Yeah.
Major wound.
I'm down to 0.
Major wound is fall prone or if failed, fall unconscious. So we need to damages.
Give a
minor,
don't die
major
roll.
wound, regular damage. Major. Okay. So it looks like 1 or 2 fall prone or con roll. If failed, fall unconscious. So what's the difference there? I'm trying to remember. Let me. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Night world. All right, so I'm gonna quickly look this up, and we're gonna
It's been
say
53 episodes before I'm gonna kill this character?
major wound.
Well, you're probably not going to die, because I'll drag you out.
Yeah, but not me.
Supposing I live. Well, I can only drag out one, and I've only known you for like a week.
Yeah, but all it was is a snake.
Right. See, wounds and healing on page 119. All right, so we gotta jump ahead a little bit here. You like that?
My little deuce coop. You don't know what I got.
Little do scoop.
It really sucks that I have such a bad firearm rating.
How'd you do such a good roll in the bar that time? Shoot the phone out of his hand.
It's called luck, my man.
That's right, baby.
I don't think I spent the luck. I think I just got
You
lucky.
just got a great roll. Yeah. That's awesome.
All right.
Remember all those spot hidden rolls we were hitting earlier?
Major wound. All right. Blah, blah, blah. First aid, dying. Major wounds. All right. The character immediately falls prone. And now, okay, so prone is a dead giveaway. So you are now lying on the ground, essentially. And so you are blown backwards. And now I need you to make a successful con roll, please.
Then a snake creature climbs on top of you.
Which I did. I needed a 70. I rolled a 67.
The
All right.
pants
So
come
you
down.
avoid falling unconscious. But you are now prone on the ground. So you're
On the
at a
grass.
disadvantage.
You know what to do, Dan.
For a little
Pull them pins. Pull the pins.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right. So Roy, you see Dan basically just get blasted. And he is thrown to within, I'll say, like 5 feet of you. He's laying right next to you now. And the
All right.
guy with the shotgun is sort of half grinning and winks at you
Oh,
as he reloads his shotgun. And meanwhile, his friend
with the blown
attains
butt.
the building, the outbuilding.
Butt cheek.
Yeah, limping and is wrenching at the door currently. And we're now at the back top of the round. And Dan, what would you like to do?
Can I take another shot? Because technically I'm still conscious.
You are prone, so you're going to take a penalty die. And you're only allowed one shot.
Do it.
Sure.
Hey, Dan.
See how lucky you get, man.
One shot. Dink.
Roll a 1.
Oh, what's the
You need a
penalty
1 or
die?
a 0 or a 3.
That's a 1.
Woohoo!
That
Nice.
is a successful shot, prone on my back after being blasted in the face with a shotgun for 10 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice.
All right,
That's called
so
luck right now.
let me find him here just to make sure we got the...
But when
and
Jeremy
you
rolled up
did
this
10?
character,
You did 10?
Yeah.
points?
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess what?
Lay back on my back.
he has a
Pop
major
goes the
wound.
weasel.
He has a major wound, so is he prone or is he unconscious?
He is prone, and now he has to make a roll.
a save.
So we'll see if he makes his con roll. And he does. So he is still conscious, but
Just
I
shooting
have to
off at each other.
see... Player must make a con roll in the next round. Okay. Oh, you know what? Actually, he is... So you clip the top of his skull with your bullet, and he sort of has a confused look on his face, and he crumples to the ground like a wet noodle. He just goes...
That's the noise he makes when he
That's
does
the
it.
noise he makes. Exactly right.
Pop goes the weasel.
Roy, what
motherfucker.
would you like to do? And Dan, how many bullets you got left?
I have 1 left before I need to
In the
reload.
chamber. Okay, I got it.
So what's the status of that dude that just fell?
Oh, he dead.
Well,
Is he dead?
he appears to be shot in the head.
I tell you,
Okay.
he did.
So how far away is the guy at the barn or whatever it is?
He's actually out of your eyesight right now, I would say.
But I know he's there.
You know he's there, and you can see like the corner of the building, but you can't see the door that he actually went into. All you know is that he was running towards that door.
Or he could, help me out.
This is some risk right here. How can I help you, Dan? Or how can I help Dan? Can I give him first aid?
Well,
yeah, can he medicine or first aid to give me?
first aid must be delivered within 1 hour.
Okay, so I'll run
Okay.
over to Dan and try and apply first aid.
Okay, go ahead and roll away.
I need a 30, I got a 60, so that's a fail.
All right.
Oh shit, the knife's in you now.
Oh, shit.
Damn it, Roy.
So
Sorry,
he appears to be, I mean, the shotgun blast was actually very close, and it looks like he took it full in the gut where he got shot previously, in the previous scenario. And it may have reopened his other wound. And so he is sort of bleeding profusely right now.
Dan, listen to me. Dan,
What?
I know I suck at first aid, but I need to tell you something.
What's that, Roy?
I love you.
For once, this is your fault.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, I'm going to try and kill that other guy now. After his turn, Rules.
Rules.
Yeah. After his turn.
So you hear the creaking of a door and then the slamming of one.
He definitely has an alien's mech suit right now.
And
District 9.
and that's all you hear. And so we're back to it. And Dan, you're
Can I self first aid myself?
you may not. No,
Damn it.
no, you may not.
Do a dodge.
But you can take stock of yourself real quick, and you see the wound that you sustained from the shotgun. It did indeed rip open the scar tissue from your previous gut shot, but it looks, I mean, it's pretty bad. And at some point, you're going to need some medicine. But right now, you think like you could probably just tighten your belt a little bit and maybe tuck in your shirt and staunch the blood a little bit.
Close the wound.
And you feel like you could walk.
I have super
you just,
glue.
You're
Hey,
not
good
going to be doing any Blank Panther moves or anything like that. So.
Get in the car,
there goes my
guys. We're going to
entire plan.
Hardee's.
So I'm going to kind of get up and do what I can to help stop the bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Is a, hey, Roy,
Hi, Dan.
you know, it'd be really helpful right about now.
What's that?
A doctor.
That one doctor that we know got killed. So,
And
Look, we
speaking
don't-
of which, Hubert,
what happened to 15 minutes and you'll be in?
Oh,
yeah, I
ow,
think we're a little low than that, but I didn't expect you guys to actually go straight into. If Dan hadn't blasted perfectly through the fucking drapes, then this would have been a different deal.
use lube.
So Hubert, you find yourself in that same bed with those same creatures
Smoking a cigarette.
And you're loving it
sucking
now.
at you, but it's as they suckle at your wounds,
Mm-hmm.
it's as if you feel the poison draining from you. And you feel sensation again in your arms and legs.
And rectum.
And
Damn near killed him.
and you suddenly realize that they have cured you of the poison that's inside you from the rattlesnakes. And even though the creature atop you is still pumping away,
Violating me.
you now know that you can sense that you can move again. You're no longer paralyzed.
Starts pushing up towards.
That the rattlesnake poison was somehow immobilizing you, but
Oh.
now that they've taken it out of you, you feel
Frisky.
strength returning.
So wait, I need that.
I'm going to slowly slide my arm down the creature's back and boop boop fingertip. Let's make this interesting.
Roll for sexy times.
Do I have access to any of my belongings, like my crucifix or anything like that?
So currently, all of your belongings are in a heap.
They
in
are
one
belongings
corner
to
of
them?
the room. You are completely nude,
Okay.
but you can see just a few feet away, over against the wall, is all your clothing and
Okay.
all of your belongings. It appears to be.
Quick, ask them if they want to have a moment to talk about your Lord and Savior Jehovah. That should get rid of them real quick.
I would. I'm going to use all the strength I have to try to
Pretend you're
throw
having a
the
seizure.
creature off of me, and in the same movement, roll off the bed towards my cane.
All right. So you feel a surge of strength and go to remove this creature off of you.
Mm-hmm.
And a strange look of surprise crosses its alien features. And it makes a strange, confused noise. Like, and then it removes itself from you, as do all of the other creatures, sort of shrinking back from you as if in fear and confusion.
Okay. I'm going to fall off the bed and reel back across the floor on my butt and put my hands up, like, don't hurt me.
Okay.
And what is happening here? What are you doing to me?
And as you make that sudden movement to roll off the bed, they sort of shrink in synchronicity with your movements. And then as you put your hands up and say those words, they sort of cock their heads and look at you. Their strange vertical eyes blinking. The eyelids are actually snipping from the sides, not from the top and bottom.
Circumcision.
And they start making this strange, almost purring sound like quizzical. But they don't return your response. They're just looking at you and making that weird purring sound. And once you hold up your hands, they start to slowly converge on you again.
Okay. I'm going to keep my hands, lower them a little bit, and keep them towards me at the ready, and I'm just going to see what happens.
They slowly come towards you, and as they reach you, they lick your feet and look up into your face, and then continue licking you and stroking you.
Sit, Ubu, sit.
And you quickly realize where this is going to lead if you let them.
Wow, 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 wow.
You hear what sounds like
baby.
tinkling glass outside.
Roy,
It's a medical disorder.
it's been several years. Why are you interrupting me?
Hurts so bad. My tinkle glass.
Oh boy, I'm thoroughly confused now.
How about you put your damn pants on?
How about you don't?
There's the choice.
Roll for pants.
So I hear like the breaking glass sound is what I hear.
In the distance, like very muffled, yeah. Almost sounds like a window breaking or something far away.
Okay, so not in the building I'm in, but far away.
Yes, far away.
Okay.
Muffled out exterior to you.
Okay. That would place me, if my assumption is correct, in the outbuilding.
Wait, that guy went into the outbuilding.
Technically, he's not there yet.
No,
If
he
you
went.
just heard the glass break, that means I just shut the window.
Yeah.
Why aren't we doing things in real time?
Cause.
Converging timelines.
I covered it. Cause. Okay, I'm going to slowly, with one hand up, reach over and grab my clothes and pull them towards me.
And as you do, they all shrink back. Like
Okay.
any movement seems to disturb
I'm going
them.
to go as slowly as I can. I'm going to get dressed, trying not to threaten them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not to scare them.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this is normal for them, whatever they're doing. And I'm assuming the cultists let them do whatever they want to them.
It'd be a lot less scared if he just left the clothes off.
I'll tell you what, when this is all done, I'll introduce you.
Need
Maybe
more
have
kids,
12
man.
more kids. You could have a litter, a little slithery litter.
Can I keep one?
Deadbeat dad.
All right. So
I'm going to get dressed. Yep, okay. I'm going to get dressed slowly, of course, and the back out.
Okay. Well, and it's really sort of like one big room.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you can see that there is a door on the far side. Inside, it looks very just ramshackle.
Okay.
Now that you're up and on your feet and getting dressed, you can see that the bed is like stained and sagging, and looks like it's been well used over the course of time.
This is Hostel, the movie Hostel.
The movie Hostel. There are what appear to be almost like nests of dead vines that have been dried and assembled to form little beds here and there. And why don't you give me a spy hidden?
Okay. I have a feeling that they are held captive as well. I'm not going to see shit. I needed a 25. I got a 70. I don't know why I have a 25 for spot hidden.
Yeah, so you can see that there's a door across the large room, essentially. And
there's a bed with stains on it. And there's some nests.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, pretty much it. So you get dressed rather quickly, and as you are pulling on your pants and shirt and sort of re-equipping your equipment, you do hear what sound like several gunshots outside.
Okay, muffled. What's the reaction on the creatures?
They don't appear to be reactive in any way, shape, or form.
I'm going to... Well, geez, I got to react to the damn gunshots now. I'm going to... Is there any type of opening at all like a crack in the door or anything?
No.
Get in.
There's actually what appears to be. There are windows out towards the door to the left and right of it.
Okay.
But they're like stained and dirty and foggy.
Okay.
You can't see anything out. Maybe a little bit of light seeping through, but you can't see anything of the exterior.
And the door. Oh, I got a horrible spot hidden, so I'm not gonna know to be like if there's an old keyhole that I could peek through at the door. You know what I mean?
Maybe if you got closer. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the door as soon as I hear the gunshots and try to see if I can see out without opening the door.
Okay. Well, so you finish equipping all your stuff and making sure that you've got all your belongings.
Were they all in a big chest?
No, no.
My stuff on it?
No, they were all essentially in just one nice little big pile. But you do realize that you have pretty much everything, and but you have to make your way through the group of creatures.
Okay, how tall are they? That's another question I have.
They are humanoid. They are humanoid. So they're about your size.
Okay.
And they're, like I said previously, their skin is sort of mottled and leathery, not quite snake skin, but very similar to that. And obviously their eyes are snake-like, but they have vertical, irises, and their eyes are actually oriented vertically as well.
Okay.
And their feet have been, not feet, but legs, their lower extremities are not really serpentine or tail-like, but they're almost as if legs have been merged together.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Like sort of flipper type things. Like
how do they move around? Are
one
they
big rubbery flipper. They're using their forearms to drag themselves around
on the floor,
and then they sort of undulate slightly with the rubbery flipper.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna slowly walk through them.
Mm-hmm. And they continue to purr up at you. And,
I'm gonna touch their heads as I go.
Okay.
Just to know I'm not threatening them. I'm just moving.
They nuzzle your hand. As you do.
All right. I'm going to take off my clothes.
Yeah. No. I'm never leaving.
Never, ever.
Never leaving. Mermaids from hell.
I'm so dehydrated.
Yeah, I don't feel so good. So you do attain the door, and the gunshots have died out. There's haven't been any in a few seconds, I guess.
Okay.
And so you're near the door, and you can certainly see now as you're close to the door that there is a keyhole.
Okay. I'm gonna crouch down and peek through the keyhole.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to do a dex roll, please.
Why are they gonna rape me again?
They better.
I needed a 40. I rolled a 2. That's an extreme success.
You clench so hard they die.
Damn, buddy.
Which is great because as soon as you press your eye to the keyhole, you hear and see someone racing towards the door and is like 1 second away from flinging themselves through the door.
Oh.
What do you do?
Standing in front of the door, holding the sword pointing end towards the door.
I'm going to grab the door handle and pull it open before he can get to it. So he goes in through it instead of...
They're not going to be happy with the state of his ass.
So, so you're basically just opening the door for him?
Right, but quickly to where he's going to reach for... You know what I'm saying? He's going to fall through the opening rather than up against the door.
So what's your ultimate goal here?
To have him stumble past me and through, and then I step out and shut the door, keeping him locked in.
All right. So I'm going to say with that dex roll, unless he makes some sort of amazing dodge, then that's going to happen.
Why would he be dodging? He doesn't know this is coming.
Right.
Well, every die roll is gradations of randomness and luck and skill. So who's to say he couldn't immediately catch it?
Yeah.
He's crazy. He has to roll a 1.
He has to roll a 1. Exactly right. So there's always
if you roll a 1, I am done with this podcast.
Haven't you ever seen
hope
Dumb and
you're-
Dumber? So you're saying
Roll-
there's a chance?
Roll a D1.
What was all this 1 in a million talk?
Roll a D1.
Roll a D1, you bastard.
That was great. All right. So unless he rolls a 1. Although, if he rolls a 2, the defender wins. Right? Defender wins a tie?
No.
Here we go. Oh, he needed 25. He rolled a 63. So, no such
But
luck.
he's going to spend 62 points of luck.
So, Doc, you time it perfectly. You wrench open the door, and the Glatmanite, who you do not recognize at all, he just seems to be like a weird, pale-colored individual who is carrying a bat, stumbles through the door with a look of horrified surprise. And he's doing one of those things where, like, he's falling forward, but he's still trying to run. Mm-hmm. And he's, like, clawing at the air. And then he lands face down in the middle of the room. A bit of dirt puffs up. And he is temporarily incapacitated. So we'll go ahead and give you the next round.
I am going to quickly step out of the door and slam the door behind me as I'm running away.
All right. So,
because I don't know who was shooting. I don't know who these people are.
Awesome.
I don't know how I got here.
Perfect. All right. So you flee the building, and now you can quite clearly see it is some sort of outbuilding on a homestead with a farmhouse nearby. And oh my God, you can see Dan and Roy both standing at the corner of the farmhouse. And it looks like Dan has been shot. He's bleeding from the gut. And Roy looks pretty rattled.
I start waving my hand in the air. Chosen one!
You can see another Glatmanite lying not face down, but face up, not too far from them. He looks like he's been bleeding from the top of the head, pooling brains and blood onto the ground.
Yummy.
But more importantly, you can see behind them a group of robed individuals. Many
blood and soil.
Many
blood
individuals.
In the house? Or they're not in the house anymore. Sorry.
Coming from the cavern entrance behind them. And that's when you also notice more robed individuals coming from the south.
So we gotta throw Dan in with those things, huh?
Yeah.
Tune in next time for more of Chapter 6, The Big Uneasy.
Did you not see that coming, Brian? Come on.
I did, but then he didn't do it right away, so I thought, whoa, we're going to go another 15.
It's called a bait and switch, man.
It's called the bait Nintendo Switch, man.
It's the master bait and switch.
So we have to throw Dan in with those things to heal him.
I don't know if that works that way, but...
Prove it.
We'll see if blown-off butthole guy gets healed.
Blown off.
He'll become our friend. Well, they won't like him because of the particular area that's affected.
He'll need a cheek transplant.
They'd keep missing because that's how they heal.
I like this new lots of action gameplay.
It stresses me out.
I have 3 hit points.
Yeah. Dan's got 3 hit points and 1 bullet in the chamber.
Hey, guess what, guys?
I have another Magno. So...
Wait, do I get any hit points back since they took all the poison out?
No, you don't get hit points back, but you're
How am I
not
going at
poisoned
0
anymore.
then?
Yeah.
It's been 9 hours.
How am I moving at 0 then?
Well, actually, you are healed. You do have 1 hit point.
Okay. That's what I thought, because with the poison out, it should recoup me at least to be able to move around.
Yep.
Major wound, is that still a thing?
Absolutely. Yeah, it has to be a thing until you go through the flow chart.
Do some jumping jacks to heal yourself.
Yeah, actually, I mean, you guys are. Hang on. You guys are in pretty dire straits because you have 2 characters in major wound territory, and more or less surrounded.
Yeah.
And Roy is the only one who's still in decent health.
He can't shoot anything.
Well, yeah, I guess not. Yeah, Roy's he's at full hit points, so.
All right, I'm ready for the next.
I'm gonna have to talk these people down.
Come on, next episode right now.
Let's do it. And go.
We're gonna double.
I'm gonna have to talk these folks down. I'm not gonna be able to fight them.
Yeah. So yeah, we should be able to wrap this up next time.
Yeah.
Everyone dies.
Everyone. Well, that's true. There's no truer thing than that. All right, guys. Well, it's time for recommendos. So why don't you roll me a D100?
D100.
I'm gonna be so mad if I waste a good roll.
I rolled a 7.
Nice.
I rolled a 42, which is the answer to life.
The most mediocre roll.
Nice. And I need to roll a D100. And what did we do last time? Was it large to least? Or was it the other way around?
Yeah, last time it was large to least.
All right.
Now it's least to large.
All right. So, Gabe, you're going first, buddy.
Okay. I'm going to start a duo of recommendos, and I'll finish the next one at the finale. Nice. And why are they related? Because they both share a word in the title. And that's all it takes for me to relate to things. So the first one is a video game, Suck It Matt, called Quantum Conundrum.
Good game.
It is a good game. It's a puzzle game made by I believe it's made by the same people that, like, folks, not company necessarily, that made Portal.
Valve?
And so you are a child of indiscriminate age, and you're visiting your uncle. And once you get there, there's no one to greet you because he's trapped in some alternate dimension. And he's a semi-evil genius, by the way. So you're trying to help save him whilst traveling throughout the house, and you are given access to his power glove, which allows you to make everything lighter, make everything heavier, slow down time, and reverse gravity.
So the Infinity Gauntlet. Got it.
No, it's exactly the Nintendo Power Glove.
Yeah. And you use those skills to get through the house to help turn on generators and power the house so you can figure out how to get home. And just the designs are all really cool. I love the animation. It's a real cartoony style. And some of the comedy is like just hysterical. Some of his like quips, it's all sarcastic about how much he like hates you because you suck at your job. So it's a lot of fun. Check that out. It's an older game, so it's probably very cheap these days. Quantum Conundrum.
Let's find out.
Sweet.
And stay tuned next episode for my other quantum style.
Good news. It's only $9.
There you go.
What do you mean, no dollars?
Okay.
Stay tuned next episode for my other quantum recommendo.
Of Solace.
Break.
It's not that.
Not that?
No.
Oh, shit.
Really boring.
All right. All right, well, I'm up next, so I am going to recommend the 2017 horror movie, Terrifier. This is written, directed, and edited by one guy named Damien Leone. I've never heard of him, but awesome. Starring Jenna Cannell, Katie McGuire, Catherine Corcoran, and David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. This is recommended by Bloody Good Horror Podcast, which I listen to on a regular basis, and those guys are awesome. It is a gritty 70s, 80s grindhouse slasher style. Obviously, it's 2017, but it uses that same style. It has extremely gory practical effects. And one of the most...
name is Art.
art. One of the most disturbing and disgusting kill scenes I've ever seen. Ooh. I'm not going to say what it is because I've watched many horror films over the years, and I've seen many wonderful kills, some fantastic stuff. This made me cringe while I was watching it, but also laughing because I could not believe they were pulling this off.
Are you a bullshit artist?
Yeah, but it still sort of disturbs me when I think about it because this is something that nobody should ever have happen to them. But
it's a movie.
I know
didn't happen.
I know it is, but it's a really rough scene, and but despite that, it's sort of done in a weird black humor sort of way. So it doesn't really soften the blow. It almost makes it worse because there's a little bit of humor. Anyways, the script and the direction avoid any kind of cliches or redundancy that you might find in these sort of types of slashers, even though the movie takes place in generally just kind of one location. It has really decent writing, confident direction, and the dialogue, when it's dumb, is actually played to be dumb. It's meant to be that. Basically, it boils down to real black humor that is so dark it's just like pitch tar black, punctuated by really unsettling performances. And it does open itself up to a possible franchise. I won't ruin the ending, but you could totally see that this evil clown situation could be going on beyond just this movie. So I actually tweeted out to one of the Bloody Good Horror guys that I had no intention of seeing this movie because it featured an evil clown, and I've seen plenty of evil clown movies. Yeah. And it's sort of a tried and true type thing that doesn't always pan out. Well, I'm glad I did because Terrifier is truly terrifying.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right, Matt, how about you?
Ooh, I also have a game. So no, you suck it, Gabe.
That's your thing, and I stole it.
You both can later. Keep going.
I have as of the time of recording, relatively hot off the presses indie game called Moonlighter. And it's a really interesting game because it's a combination of 2 in 1. On the day side of the game, you're a shopkeeper who manages this little shop in the town where you have items that you sell to, the townsfolk and traveling adventurers, and you're trying to make money to, make your shop bigger so you can sell more items. But the flip side of this is that at nighttime, you have to go to the magical dungeons outside your town and kill creatures to find items to bring back to your shop to sell the next day. So it combines the shopkeeping management stuff with an action RPG with very roguelike elements to it. And then you have, tons of different creatures. There are multiple dungeons there for you to climb through that each have their own unique environment. And it's it comes down to a really cool balance of I have all these items. What do I want to take back? What sells for money? What's popular right now? And it becomes this really, really fun blend and balance between trying to solve the mystery of the dungeons outside your town while still making as much money as you can back from your shop.
Okay, I have 2 questions for you. What was the name of that game again?
Moonlighter. And believe it or not, it's available on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation for $20.
And does it star Roger Moore?
No.
He's dead.
All right, Brian.
He's gone.
He did.
Audio podcast, Brian.
Yeah, I don't care. I turned my air off so it wouldn't make noise. So
me too. I'm sweating.
Let's hurry to stop. Oh, wait, it's on me. My recommendo is an old anime called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. This is a little bit darker than the original. It's about 2 brothers that lose their mother. She dies of, I believe it's cancer. They never really say what it is. And they're so distraught that they use alchemy to try to bring her back to life. But in the process, his little brother Alphonse, his body is taken, and
Uh-oh. Did Brian freeze? Oh, did you guys all freeze? Oh, shit. Hang on a sec.
And huge conspiracies.
Sorry, Brian.
And all 5 parts are available on Netflix, so you can watch every single thing. I am not even finished with it yet.
Hey, Brian.
But I have made it to part 4. I've been binging way too much.
Can you hear me, B?
And Private Pile kills himself in this, right?
Yeah, Private Pile.
Yeah,
I knew it.
That in VR. Because...
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Oh, there you are.
I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, I actually lost connection there right as you began your recommendo.
All 3 of us were here.
Yeah, but I didn't record it.
But his Audacity's on.
Yeah, my Audacity.
I know, but for YouTube, it's not there.
Okay, it's full.
Sorry.
It's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. 2 brothers. Their mother is ill. She dies. They're so distraught that they try to bring her back with alchemy. Basically, it's black magic is what it seems to be. Pentagram on the ground. Equal exchange is the only way they know how to do the alchemy. And in the process, something goes wrong. And the little brother Alphonse loses his body. And Edward loses his arm and his leg. And he quickly bonds his little brother's soul to a suit of armor so he doesn't lose his brother's soul. And the process of them going through life is to try to get their bodies back to make amends for what he's done to his little brother. And in the process, they discover a century-old plot to create philosopher's stones that can create artificial life and give people immortality. And along the way, they encounter homunculi and what's the other one? Oh, crap.
Succubus?
I can't remember. No.
Oh.
It's chimeras.
Oh.
Where they're combining animals and people together to create a stronger being. And it's very adult. It's gory. It's there's no language, I don't believe, but it's the monsters and the demons and the content is very adult, and it's right up my alley. They're all 5 parts are on Netflix. I'm up to part 4. They don't really do seasons with anime, so you can call them that, but it's getting really good. It's coming to a head right now, and we're learning a lot of stuff at this point. So I don't even know the ending of it yet. It's a little bit older anime. It's 2010. I don't know how I missed it. I watched the original, but well, it's 8 years. It's half your life.
Oh, it's not. Do the math.
Shit, snap, burn.
But that's my recommendo. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Nice.
On Netflix. Definitely check that out if you're into anime. It's really good. Fast paced too, which is nice.
Cool. Very cool. Well, thank you guys, and that's going to do it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening, particularly you, Tom, always listening and watching. You like to watch. I know you like to watch.
Oh yeah.
Please, hey now. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Music, Podbean, Stitcher, or anywhere you download your regular podcasts. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review. Meanwhile, you can find us at thelovecrafttapes.com with links to all our recommendos and social media channels, including Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, and Discord server, where you can chat with us in real time. Or fake time.
Yeah.
Fake news, real time, whatever.
You
can find me on Twitter at Lovecraft Tapes.
And if anybody knows where I can airdrop a doctor in who can give me all my hit points back, let me know on Twitter at The Real Weird Kid.
And if anybody wants to give me some people skills so I can talk these people down, you can find me at Lovecraft Gabe.
Did anybody pack any anal ease? If so, you can reach me at Brian Podcast on Twitter.
Until next time, roll for sanity. I'm living on dream time, baby.
Oh, and that's a copyright strike.
Oh, snap. Edit that out.
I'm sure Daryl Hall will not sue me. All right. Good night, Tom. Thanks for watching.
Thanks. Bye.
Peace.